Yo, got sick of catching up every week just to hang out on a cliff hook? Well, today is your lucky day since I am going to drop a list of already completed manhwa that you can binge all the way through. No waiting, no pain, just good storytelling. If you love action, romance, revenge, or that OP glow up, then there is something on this list that will hook you. So, now it's something, get into a comfy corner, and we should go and explore some manhwa that are actually complete. Next on the list is we have 990k X Life Hunter. This F-rank loser awakened 990k souls of the strongest warriors in history. Kang Hyunjun was the weakest F-rank hunter alive, bullied, broke, and dumped by his girlfriend who called him pathetic. But one day, he was about to die in a dungeon. Something incredible happened. A thorn-like legendary warrior suddenly awakened inside him. Then, he was trained by the final sword sent, sword masters, and ancient heroes personally. He went from the weakest center to having an army of the greatest warriors in history as his personal mentors. So, if you are also looking for the weak to OP MC, then definitely read this. Next we have is Apocalyptic Super Farm. This manhwa is named Apocalyptic Super Farm and it is sick. As a global apocalypse happened due to a solar eclipse, our MC is gifted with a 0.0001% farming system and he uses it to transform vegetables into superpowers. Where everyone is being killed by poison foods and animals that have turned into mutants, this man is cultivating magical crops. We have tomatoes that will make your physical attributes go up, carrots that heals any ailment, and corn that puts you into the berserk mode, allowing you to go rampage for 20 seconds. And get this, he is not just surviving, he's thriving. Are you a fan of OP MCs with their own systems? And do you want to see farming become the fastest means to cheat the apocalypse? Then this is your time to read Apocalyptic Super Farm. Next is Castle. Castle is one of those manhwas that once you read the first page, you are hooked and you cannot put it down. It revolves around Kim Shin, an immoral assassin with a vendetta against the powerful organization called Castle, the very people who took everything away. It is not a mere show of OP sitting alone and kill everyone. Kim Shin can be fierce, but he is not invincible, and that is what makes the fight scenes intense. It has a thick plot, a layered plot, and a tension-filled plot. You can sense the plan as the MC begins to gather allies who share his hurt and begins to assemble a crew of capable bringing to its knees the inner circle of Castle, each creature a powerhouse in itself. So, when it comes to action, revenge and crime stories, whose plots are like lead, Castle is the answer. I would definitely suggest reading it. Next is, we have Crazy Leveling System. This bloodless weakling became the most overpowered cultivator with one crazy system. Our MC, Yi Tianyun, was born without blood energy and couldn't cultivate and everyone called him trash or worthless. One day he swallowed a dragon blood pill which awakened the most OP leveling system ever. This system lets him gain XPs from everything, killing monsters, complete quests, and while making pills. He gets a crazy mode that doubles all the effects, lottery systems for godless kills, and can absorb other people's spiritual power as well. He went from being bullied to defeating entire sects with his abilities. And if you want some manhwa with a weak to OP MC, then you should definitely read this. Moving on, we have his Global Killing, awakening Triple S class level talent at the beginning. This pathetic man walked the most crippled Triple S rank talent there ever existed. When humankind was transmigrated into a killing ground, Fang appeared to have been doomed with horrible stats. Then, he unlocked Endless Extraction and Triple S Tire talent, which allows him to steal anything of any kind on corpses. Dead players, he steals their talents. Defeated monsters, he swipes their stats. Compared to many survivors who joined forces, he became a lone warrior when he looted every battlefield. Involuntary Cypher to unstoppable Juggernaut in less than a week. He went down to being unstoppable with simple scavenger tricks. And if you are in the mood to read some manhwa about a weak MC getting OP, then this might be your ally. Next we have is God's Web Novel. God's Web Novel had an interesting start. A web novel protagonist working with a god author to create a story from the inside. This kind of setup would have been clever, but instead it turns out to be chaotic mess. The pacing is all over the place, jumping from one plot to another like the author just throwing ideas at all jumping from one plot to another, like the author just throwing ideas at a wall to see what sticks or what not. Characters and even world building pop in and out without any reason. Also, the fact that the MC can basically write his own quests and rewards also kills any sense of tension. But overall, it feels more like a writing experiment than a well-told story. This is not something I would recommend unless you are really crazy into reading web novels. Next we have is Gosu. Gosu is something like a crazy roller coaster ride for me. It mixes martial arts fights, revenge, and even some really funny scenes. The story plot is cool. A chubby dumpling devouring delivery man turns out to be a serious martial artist out to give revenge. Although the premise would be viewed as a non-stop action, the plot in fact paced slower and centers more around the character development. The world building is good and the side characters are charming. You like Hunter and Hunter, right? Then you will mostly like to enjoy Gosu. The MC can also be bland here and there, but later arcs have actual progress that makes me optimistic. The art is extremely neat, completely colored, and the battle scenes are out of this world. Next one on the list is Hard Carry Support. This guy was the #1 player in the world until he made one stupid mistake. Han in Star Player Supporter, legend of an MMO who controlled an MMO for 8 years. He is willing to be the ruler once more when the game receives a VR remake. But when he is creating his character, he ends up accidentally selecting support class, the least useful build. All the peoples are mocking the drunken king. He is thrown out of his guild. But this is what they did not realize. This lunatic was an 8 years master of his secret, whereas level 40 guilds are being cleared by bosses. He is getting through impossible dungeons with perfect timing and hidden mechanics. So, leave a like if you are prepared to see the craziest manhwa gaming comeback of all time. Moving on, we have Hector Pascal. Bro, Hector Pascal is a banger through and through in case if you are a fan of rivalry stories and the MC main character does not spare the opponent. Park Han-jun formerly was a legend, but life smashed him, lost everything, had nothing left. Next thing you know, some suit in a suitcase full of money comes and says like, "You want to mess with the people who messed with your life?" And Han-jun says, "Say less." He's not gaining strength. The guy is already a monster, throwing hands since day one. The fights are crazy good. My goodness, it is beatdowns pure and simple. Not to mention the art is clean and the side characters are not present just to provide vibes, but actually count. Not a bad manhwa if you like gritty, thoroughly action manhwa with actual emotions and constant brawls. It is just madness in the most awesome way. Next is I Became the Mad Emperor. I Became the Mad Emperor has a decent premise. A normal man wakes up inside the body of an emperor of a fantasy novel. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? The twist is that the MC actually has no full control over the body. Thus, even the calmest words are taken as death threats due to the emperor's anger. It results in some violent and dark situations. The downside? The original emperor was much more interesting in comparison to the MC we are stuck with. It could have been an intense anti-hero cycle, and yet we are given an isekai protagonist who is rather bland. However, it is superior to the most of the generic stories out there. If you like crazy emperors, struggle, and awesome action, give this one a try.